Barbara Walters, you're beginning the show today, telling the people what's what on this fine, beautiful day. What's happening, baby?
Thank you, Whoopi. Well, after all the speculation and the rumors and so forth last month, I promised you that if I had anything to announce about my future plans, you would hear it first here. So here it goes. In 1961, I was hired for 13 weeks as a writer and on-the-air reporter for The Today Show on NBC. I stayed with that show for 15 years. No one was more surprised than I because I wasn't beautiful like many of the women on the program before me. I had trouble pronouncing my R's. I still do. But by the way, during that time, I was able to change the category for the women on that program, who up until then were called Today Girls, to the new title of co-host. I'm very proud of that.
Harry Reasoner, Barbara Walters bring you the news.
In 1976, I left NBC and came to ABC to be the first female anchor on an evening network news program. Once more, to be sure, a co-host with a partner, but nevertheless, it was considered groundbreaking, and it's something I am also proud of. I crossed the Bay of Pigs with Cuba's Fidel Castro, conducted the first joint interview with two former enemies, Egypt's President Anwar Sadat and Israel's Prime Minister Menachem Begin. I was in Panama with its leader Omar Torrijos when the United States returned the canal to that country. I interviewed Russia's Boris Yeltsin, and I asked if he drank too much.
Yep.
And then later, with my heart in my mouth, I asked Vladimir Putin if he ever ordered anyone to be killed. For the record, he said no.
Yeah.
In December of 2011, I went to Syria to conduct the only Western television interview with that country's embattled president, Bashar Assad. He was not very happy with my interview. These were just a few of the assignments I've been privileged to undertake. For 25 years, I also hosted and reported on ABC's news magazine, 2020. I still feel a strong association with that program. Since coming to ABC, I have also presented television specials, most importantly at Academy Award time, and in December on a program I'm still doing called The 10 Most Fascinating People of the Year. I have taught with great stars from Bette Davis to Angelina Jolie, from Clint Eastwood to the two Toms, Hanks and Cruise, and so many others. I've also had the privilege of interviewing every United States president and first lady, from the Nixons to the Obamas. I've conducted interviews with President and Mrs. Obama every year since he took office. Perhaps the most famous interview I ever conducted was in March of 1999, the first television interview with Monica Lewinsky. It remains the most watched interview in television history. Now, here is a date that is very important to me. In 1997, with the assistance of my partner of 25 years, Bill Getty, we created a daytime program known as The View. We will celebrate our 17th year this fall. I thought we might last a year or two. And I want to reach out and thank my roommates on The View, Whoopi, Joy, Sherry, and Elizabeth. Take a breath, that I have been on television continuously for over 50 years. Oh, but in the summer, I was very young, Joy.
I know you were. You were 12.
But in the summer of 2014, a year from now, I plan to retire from appearing on television at all. It has been an absolutely joyful, rewarding, challenging, fascinating, and occasionally bumpy ride, and I wouldn't change a thing. I'm perfectly healthy. This is my decision. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and this is what I want to do. I will, however, continue as co-executive producer on The View with Bill Getty as long as the program is aired. There will be special occasions, and I will come back. I'm not walking into the sunset. But I don't want to appear on another program. I don't want to climb another mountain. I want instead to sit in a sunny field and admire the very gifted women, and okay, some men too, who will be taking my place. And most of all, I want to thank everybody here. I've had an amazing career beyond anything I could ever have imagined, and I hope I may also have inspired other women to make television in front or behind the cameras as a career. I smile when some young woman says, I grew up watching you on TV. It's their time now. But remember, I have another whole year to go, and I look forward to the next year, to my last season, during which we have exciting things planned for ABC News and The View. And most of all, I want to say now to all of you who have been watching me for so many years and who've traveled the same road that I have traveled with me. We've been together a long time. My cup runneth over. I thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay?